Pub Sports Radio, Tuesday, January 4th. Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham with his Lakers jersey, ready for a big Laker game tonight. And Billy Briz with us, ready to break down the Tuesday card. We got 5 games in association action, ready to break it all down here for a Tuesday. Let's get to it. We've got San Antonio, Toronto to get us going. Toronto Raptors, 6.5-point home favorites, 223.5 the total in this game. Two teams kind of going in opposite directions at the moment. The Spurs have lost 3 in a row. The loss to Utah was no big, bad loss or anything, but last 2 losses, they get blown out by double digits at Memphis, and then a loss somehow to the Pistons, although the Pistons did beat Milwaukee with the biggest outright underdog victory of the year last night for this Pistons team against Milwaukee. So maybe we need to be giving the Pistons a little bit more credit than we've been giving them so far or the last couple games. But nevertheless, they're slumping right now, San Antonio. They're without, obviously, still DeJounte Murray, and I think that's coincided with this struggle and the little slump the Spurs have had. He's out. It's not just him, of course. Lonnie Walker's out. Doug McDermott also out tonight for the San Antonio Spurs, so battling some key absences. And they're now battling some key absences where, on the flip side, Raptors are getting healthier and getting everybody back the last few games. Scotty Barnes is back. Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent, Pascal Siakam, everybody for the Raptors, for the most part, healthy and accounted for. The only significant contributor that's out is Svi Mikhailuk for them. Everybody else pretty much is ready and accounted for the Raptors. And since they've gotten everybody back on the floor, they've covered 3 straight. They're actually on a really big point spread type of run right now, 7-1. Against the spread the last 8 games for the Toronto Raptors. So they've definitely played better. They took the Sixers to the wire, and then they beat the Clippers and the Knicks in the last 2. The Knicks were very shorthanded, though, on Sunday. It's important to keep that in mind when the Raptors beat them. But I'd lean Raptors. I don't know if I'll bet it. It's probably going to be a backwood when it's all said and done. But the Raptors seem to be trending up a bit. The Spurs struggling and shorthanded as well. So I'd probably lean Raptors if I were to bet it, but I don't know if I want to lay 6.5. We'll see. Dutch, what do you think here? Spurs, Raptors.
Yeah, man. Real quick, salute to the ladies, gents, and DJs for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Be sure to hit that like button like I just hit that playing the GMO crasher and get you right where you need to be. Yeah, man. Cristiano, I see you, my dude, in the chat. Glad you're able to catch us live. Let's cash some motherfucking tickets, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna try to give you a little bit at every game just because we only got a small card. You gave them to Toronto, so I think this game you can make a good case for either side. To be honest with you, you made the Toronto side. Let me give you, I guess, a little bit of San Antonio. 6-1 ATS last 7 as a road dog. 4-1 ATS last 5. In the North, of course, they're in Toronto. And they're also 8-2 ATS last 10 meetings versus the Raptors. So I know they got some cats out, and I know, Bobano's touched on it. Toronto got some dudes back in the lineup. But if you're going to give me a touchdown, I think I might have to take the Spurs here. I would lean the Spurs, but I do also on the other side, if you're looking for action here on Toronto, I think Fred VanVleet might be the ticket. Over 21.5 points. Pretty solid juice there on there as well. 30-plus last 2 games back. Last time you seen these cats, he had 27 on him. Fred VanVleet looked pretty smooth since he's been back. We were cashing on his threes before, this COVID shit hit, and they just started juicing us up a little bit. But I don't see how San Antonio will stop him. Murray not back there. I mean, they're slow on their feet. San Antonio gives up points, and they just continue to give them up. So that's another thing that does, question me wanting to back San Antonio is, are they going to be able to stop Toronto? Because I don't really see too much on the defensive end. And obviously, without Murray out there, there's not the same team. But yeah, tough game. Lean Spurs, and I would bet Fred VanVleet points if I had to. No, nothing official.
I like that. That is a prop I've bet, actually, VanVleet. I'm glad you mentioned that. Over 20.5 points. I think he gets there. I think it's a favorable matchup as well. They're actually 8-1 against the spread the last 9 at home as well, the Raptors. So finally they're starting to play better in the house, which you would expect them. And it's funny, now they're playing better in the house, and they're not putting anybody in the house because there's no fans right now for the games in Toronto. So I think they just like playing in front of nobody, the Raptors. That's where they're comfortable. But in all seriousness, VanVleet's been good lately. You look at what he's done. He's had 30 or more points in his first 2 games back for the Toronto Raptors from the absence he had. So I think he can get 21 plus here as well. Scotty Barnes double-double as well. This guy is he's like the Energizer Bunny on the basketball court for this Raptors team. He's just everywhere. He's making defensive plays. He's rebounding the basketball. He's scoring. He's actually making threes now a little bit, Scotty Barnes. If he ever develops a consistent Jimmy, my goodness, he's going to be some kind of player down the road. But still working on his jump shot. It's gotten better even just in half a season so far for the Raptors. So they're liking what they're seeing out of their rookie here.
Real quick,
what do you
Ian,
think?
before I forget, Dan Kelly with the comment, let's play a drinking game. Every time I say motherfucker, you got to take a shot. Hey bro, you won't make it till tip off, bro, if you play that game. For real. But I thought that was funny though.
If you were to do a drinking game for the NBA pub up for Dutch, every time he says motherfucker, or every time he says yeah man, you're not going to get to the end of the show. You're going to be done. We're going to have to take you out in an ambulance or something, get you checked out. You're not making it through 1 hour of the NBA pub, especially if you're going to drink every time you hear yeah man from.
All right,
I do a pretty good Dutch there with that. I gotta admit, yeah,
not bad, bro. Not bad, man.
Not bad. Wham, what do you think here? Raptors hosting the Spurs.
Yeah, man. I like that Scotty Barnes. I like that Scotty Barnes 3-point prop there. What you guys are mentioning. It's at half of 3. Juiced at -165, -170 before I checked here, but I think he gets 2 today. Got 2 last game. I think he does that here. I agree with you though, Ian. I think this Spurs team maybe a little bit outmatched this Raptors team. The numbers aren't really going to tell you what type of team that they're going to have today. They're all healthy today, and they're at home. What the numbers will tell you is that they've been killing ATS at home. Covered the last 5, 8 out of the last 10 at the house. I kind of anticipate the Raptors to kind of do the same thing, like you said, Ian. I was trying to get Jimmy to say early on his show. Y'all play a little bit better without the fans, man. Just say it. It is what it is. It just seems like it. Now that the fans are not there, they play a little bit better. I'm not trying to give Billy any ammunition. He like to go crazy on the Raptors here, but I think that this has got to be a Raptors spot, even though they're laying a big number. What they're going to do as far as I think they're going to attack the paint here and to be able to get the rebounds here in this spot. And then also, this team is giving up the most field goal attempts to opponents over the last 5 games at 96 field goal attempts in the Spurs. They allow opponents to shoot over 110 points as well. So I think the Raptors should be able to do this there, man, and take care of business. No Javante Murray. They really don't have a closer here. So I think they should be able to hold it down.
Yeah, it's definitely a game they should win. The question is 6.5, 7. Are you going to be able to cover that? But I would prefer the Raptors. I just don't lie. I don't think I'll be betting it, but I would lean Toronto's way. What do you think here, Billy?
Oh man, this one's a little bit. I feel like we're talking about the Raptors just a little bit way too much. My bad. I'm looking down because I'm literally placing these bets right now as we're speaking. Shouts to Webb, bro. If you go over to BetMGM right now, dog, if you look up Scotty Barnes, he's 3-point prop is over a half at -165. So I'm going to tail that because you just said 1.5 at the same exact odds. So
right.
Like easy
no. I was saying a half. No, 1.5 is at, I think, plus money.
I thought you said over 1.5.
No, just over a half. My apologies, bro. My apologies.
Man, you don't do that to me. I literally placed the bet right there.
No, I like that. I'm
still telling you on it though.
He's gonna get one, bro. I think he could get 2. I think he gets 2 tonight.
The guy that I really wanted to circle for this one, though, is going to be Derek White without Dejounte Murray in the lineup. He's been getting his assists. Shouts to Slaughter. He's been telling us to hit this little double-double. So, to get a little better odds on these books, you can do same-game parlay. So I did a little same-game parlay here of Derek White over 15.5 points and 9.5 assists at +300. So basically a double-double for Derek White at +300. And then we're going to take Derek White over 8.5 assists at +110. And his points and assists. Let me look up his points and assists off the top of my head. It's 25.5 at -115. I'm gonna take all 3. We're gonna triple up on Derek White here, man.
Yeah,
all right, liking Derek White. And it makes perfect sense. You talk about looking for player props where there's usage spikes, shot volume spikes, all of those kind of things, uptick in minutes played, all of that. And you're seeing that with Derek White for sure.
Yeah,
for
you
the
getting
San
dimes for
Antonio
sure.
Spurs.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely agree with that. Makes sense to look at white props here for the Spurs in this game. All right, Memphis, Cleveland. We've got the Cavs here, 2.5 3-point home favorites, 215 the total in this game. Of course, the Grizzlies last night got the better of our guy Ski last night in this game from a side perspective. The Memphis Grizzlies beating down Brooklyn. It was never even a game. I mean, Memphis was wire to wire in front. They were leading big most of the way, 118-104. Another terrific offensive showing from Ja last night in the game for the Grizzlies. He was terrific. The defense was pretty good for the Grizzlies as well. You know, the Grizzlies are playing great ball, 5 in a row. But boy, this is a tough spot, right? The big road win at Brooklyn. Now you're back to back here on the road against Cleveland. Cleveland, the rested team. Obviously, Cleveland's backcourt still very much depleted when you look at who's out. You're talking about Darius Garland and Sal. Garland might play tonight. It looks like from the last I saw, he might be back tonight. He is for the Cavaliers. So that is definitely good. He's cleared protocol. He practiced Monday for the Cavaliers. So that's an enormous piece returning for the Cleveland Cavaliers, especially with how depleted they've been in the backcourt of late when you're talking about, of course, Sexton out for the year and Ricky Rubio out for the year. And they had to pick up Rajon Rondo a few days ago to try to make do with the backcourt ailing. So to get Darius Garland back for this game tonight is significant and a positive here for sure for Cleveland here. I hate to do it because they're playing well, but I have to lean a little bit to Cleveland here, 2.5, 3 at home. It's just a spot advantage for them. Memphis off the big road win last night. It's just we've seen these situations before. Big road win one night, next night, and you're playing a pretty good Cleveland team. Cleveland's been good at home this year in particular. So Cavs would be the way I would go here in this one from a side perspective. Dutch, how about you? Grizzlies, Cavs.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy Mark Nick. I'm saying Ray Charles, I see you going back to the window with Morant. Hey, that was a beautiful thing last night. Cash with that and the Grizzlies 6.5, but it gave it both back with the 2-unit play on James Harden. Blowouts where props do go to die.
Bullshit, Dutch.
Good thing Ja did get that. Big shout out though. Since we're dogging on the Nets real quick, let me get a shout out to my boy Nets Bets. You already know a true Nets fan. You know what I'm saying? Certified.
We need to get that little Twitter blue check mark for Nets Bets. Twitter verified that he's a real Nets fan because he showed them in the New Jersey days with Lawrence Frank and
me rolling.
Yeah, we appreciate you.
He's a real
Nets checking us out. And you never know what you're gonna miss, so I'm glad you did.
He ain't a
big shout out to my
bandwagon
guy,
guy.
Joe Free, Cash Ash and Bets.
He ain't a bandwagon guy. He's not a wine and cheese crowd guy. He's a real Nets fan. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. That most definitely. I seen them pictures in the Nets jerseys a while back. That's how I could vouch for him. So I already knew it was official. But yeah, good shit. But yeah, this game, man, to be honest with you, I think is really a difficult game. This is an extreme exotic backwood from a side perspective. I mean, you want to bet Morant, you want to bet Garland, you want to bet Allen. This is a good-ass game, I believe, though. So I don't want to bet it, to be honest with you. I think the Grizzlies are a better team. I think they're playing better basketball. I think they have the best player on the court in John Morant. But I don't know if this is the best spot for the Grizzlies tonight. So I'm just going to backwood this motherfucker and look for another spot.
Yeah, you said it. I agree with that. I think Memphis probably is better than Cleveland. It's just not the great spot for them. And Cleveland 13-5 ATS at home this year. They've been good covering point spreads at the house, the rest advantage, the spot advantage, maybe a slight letdown. Memphis is one of those teams, as good as they've played lately, they are the kind of team that will suffer a letdown after a big win.
Absolutely. This
has happened to them before, and I could see it maybe happening tonight. How about you, Wham? You getting involved here, Memphis, Cleveland?
Yeah, man. You know what? I do want to get involved in this game. It's really depending on Garland's status, of course. I'm going to think to take the assist prop for Garland. Without all those guys you mentioned, he should be the only guy that's out there distributing the ball, getting guys involved. Maybe you see another big game from Kevin Love. Maybe I look in that direction as well. But other than that, that's probably the only way I would be betting in the prop market. As far as the side, I like the Cavs, man. Like you mentioned, Ian, they've been rock solid at the house. Continue to be one of the best teams at the house as well, especially when you see them going against a team in a bad spot here. I think that this is a bad spot for Memphis. You've seen what kind of production you got from guys the last time these guys played. You got really good production from Melton, who's not going to be involved in the lineup today. It was 20 points in the last game where they did win. Memphis won 132-121. They scored 70 points in the paint. That was the thing yesterday against the Nets. They were allowing these guys to go in the paint, score, Ja Morant, highlight dunks and shit like that, all in the paint, do whatever they want. Do they do that again with the trees down low? That's what I'm anticipating to be the difference maker here. You got those guys last game, so they lost, but I think it's a little bit different team, especially with guys like Kevin Love that's going to play a little bit better in this game. So I like the Cavs here. I like them full game.
Yeah, the mid-range game and the three-point shooting game is not necessarily John Morant's game. A lot of his offense is take it to the hole, draw contact, draw fouls, take it to the rim, and you got to deal with those tall trees down there tonight for Cleveland.
Hey, that Jay been wet though last 3-4.
He's been hitting. Yeah, he's been hitting.
That shit been splash.
No, it's been better lately. There's no question. Does he? You're right. This has been a good stretch of basketball for him with his longer range shooting, no doubt. But he still is a guy that thrives more on the inside and taking it to the rim. And now he's going to be challenged by the likes of Mobley and Allen down there tonight for Cleveland. So it's going to be interesting to see if Ja's able to light it up here in a matchup like this compared to last night against Brooklyn. I actually think it was a better matchup for John Morant individually last night against Brooklyn than, say, tonight against Cleveland. What do you think, Billy, about this game?
Dutch kind of summed it up, man. It's like you want to lean with the John Morant prop and all that, but I think the only thing that really stood out to me is Cleveland first half minus at 1.5 at minus 110. But to be honest with you, with Garland being back, I'm kind of off of that a little bit. I guess Garland is going to have a lot of the usage on the team, but I don't know if that's going to translate in a first half win. I kind of don't want to gamble there personally, but I can understand the trend and the reason why somebody would go there. Other than that, though, to be honest with you, it's a backwood, man. I do not want to be betting on no Memphis and Cleveland game.
No argument. Yeah. It's definitely there's.
Can I add something as well? What Billy said as far as the first half at the house. They're the best team in the first half, 15-4 against the spread, man.
That stood out
units, bro. If you've been betting that this year, you're up 10 units, bro.
Yeah, that shit's been crazy. It's like the Sixers first quarter. Shouts to my Sixers last night.
They're 9-1 just overall, not just first half, but full game ATS last 10 at home. They're 9-1 ATS.
You can make a case for both sides on these teams. They're both crazy against the numbers right now. Both of them are like boom, boom. That's why I'm just like, damn.
But you can throw Memphis road dog stats at you.
Yeah,
they've been with that, including last night, of course, where they beat Brooklyn.
Exactly. That's why we're all over them last night.
Yeah, exactly. No, that was a good. I hate that but unfortunately, I went with over in that game as the best bet, and it fell short because again, a blowout, and it fell just short. Like it was like 222, I think, and it was 228 the total. So disappointing, but Memphis came through, which was nice. All right, Indiana, New York. We got the Knicks 3-point home favorites at the Garden, 207 the total in this game. Indiana's lost 4 in a row. Heartbreakers, though. I mean, Chicago by 2, Cleveland by 4 in their last game. They've been right there in each of these games. And now the Knicks off back-to-back blowout losses to Oklahoma City and Toronto. I have to take – I could only take Indiana here, +3. I mean, who are the Knicks going to have on the court is a critical question tonight. Kemba Walker's out. That actually might be a good thing from a defensive standpoint. When you look at it, Mitchell Robinson looks like he might be good to go tonight. Derrick Rose looks like he's still out. Julius Randle for the New York Knicks is a game-time decision for them tonight due to he's cleared protocol, but the question is, will he be level of conditioning? It's one of those situations. They're going to test him out in the shoot around before the game and see how he feels. And if he feels good enough to play, he will. If he doesn't, he won't. But even if Randall plays, I can't really lay points with New York right now. I don't want to. I don't trust them right now. It's not exactly like they've been ripping it up at Madison Square Garden this year. They're 7-11 straight up at home this year, 6-12 against the spread at Madison Square Garden this year. I know they bet New York thinking Randall's going to play. I think it's just people assuming Randall's in, and it very well could be the case. Not me. Not with my money. Am I laying 3 with the Knicks right now? Indy or nothing for me. I think I will have something on the Pacers here, +3. I'll say this about the Pacers, even though they've been losing, they've been right in every game. And if they're right in this one, it's a one-possession game. You push at the worst. So, don't love Indiana, but I'd still take them plus the points than lay anything with the Knicks right now. What do you think, Dutch, here, Indy, New York?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to our guy, Danny Lopez. Felix, I see you. Raymond, I see you in the chat, bro. Yeah, this game is yeah, I think that's best said it best. This is a fucking backwood, to be honest with you. I'll give you a little something though if you really want to bet it. RJ Barrett. I mean, Ian said all these motherfuckers that are out. RJ Barrett gotta get 20, I would believe. It's up at 19.5 plus money or even money. Without Randall, he's averaged 22.5 points per game. He's averaging 18 points per game in the 3 meetings this year versus the Pacers. That was with Randall and a lot more on the court. You would think that Barrett, with Indiana's bringing out there, would do it. But I don't know if I'll go to the window with it. But there's a little something if you have to bet this. But yeah, that's a clear backwood for me.
Yeah, backwood time. And the Pacers, too. You know, Kiefer Sykes is at the point, you know, right now for this Pacers team.
Yeah. Who?
So, yeah, exactly. Kiefer Sykes is your point guard. Of course, Malcolm Brogdon's still out. Chris Duarte. And we've been singing Chris Duarte's praises out of Oregon, how good he's played at times this year for the Pacers. He's out as well for this team. So they're not a picture of health either. Karis LeVert out as well for this game.
I see Lance Stevenson out here tonight.
Yeah, he's back there. I was like, what the fuck? They got Lance back? Hell no, back with this motherfucker.
You will see him out there.
That's not usually a good thing.
You
We're starting to see Lance Stevenson show up on a roster depth chart for a
this
particular
is second
team.
Contract, right? Wasn't he in Atlanta for a minute? I was like, damn, he was hopping
Yeah,
around.
he picked up that little 10-day, the new exemption contract.
Yeah,
you know,
because of COVID.
people
COVID is keeping Lance Stevenson employed in the NBA.
Yeah.
They just need bodies, bro. They just need bodies.
They need bodies, yeah. If it wasn't COVID or a pandemic, he'd be long gone. He wouldn't even be looked at.
Big 3-ing it up.
Yeah, that's what it is. As simple as the COVID-19, the pandemic is ruining people's lives. It's saving Lance Stevenson's life right now. His basketball life, anyway.
Real talk.
Preserving it. Yeah.
That's cool. That, you know, I think I like that though too, because like you look at Stanley Johnson, Boogie Cousins, those guys are going to be in the playoffs. You know what I mean, playing and shit. So that's kind of cool. Like to see how they turn out.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, Wham.
Come on, man. You put Boogie in a Stanley conversation.
Come on,
They've
man.
been balling. Boogie been balling.
Boogie, he's way better than Stanley ever been in his life. Boogie. Come on.
No, I'm just saying, like, as far as the impact, I'm just saying they're gonna be playing in the playoffs.
Saying,
I was never even talking about the same, bro. Come on.
For the injuries.
But Johnson is better than Dwight Howard, so I mean,
y'all oh my God, what that over there smoking on, y'all? What are you smoking on over
there? I ain't smoking on that LA kush, man. Y'all got that right.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. But as far as this game here, I am on the Knicks. I think the Knicks is going to be the side here. As far as this team, they're very slow, second slowest pace over the last 5 games in the Knicks. They're holding opponents to a low percentage as well from the 3 and from field goal range. As far as what you're seeing from the Pacers, they're doing a kind of quite opposite, allowing opponents 38% from 3 over the last 5 games, which is ranked 25th in the league. I think you kind of got a lot of these guys out, like you said, man. They just need bodies out there. Never bet on the Indiana, I feel like, until you know some guys get injured. I'm not injured, I'm sorry, but some guys get traded. They get some new peoples over there, whatever. They need some changes first before you start to back them, in my opinion. So I think it's fade time, man, and you get the good spot with the Knicks. You know, them being at home, Madison Square Garden, should be able to get Grimes playing a little bit better. Other players like Burks to play a little bit better in this game against this team that they kind of match up pretty well against.
Yeah, definitely. Should be interesting. Wham liking the Knicks here to get the job done. Billy, anything here?
Yeah, man. I'm shocked nobody came to this one, man. Domantas Sabonis. That is one thing that is certain for this game. I wanted to bet the Pacers. I wanted to be right along with you, Babano, walking to the window, placing the ticket. And then I hit the little divvy curve on it and saw Domantas Sabonis. Little same game parlay here. Over 19.5 points, over 10.5 rebounds, -105 at BetMGM. We're going to take a nice little same game parlay on Domantas Sabonis and go straight to the bank. I wanted over 35.5 rebounds and assists, points and rebounds, but that line moved on me real quick. So we're just going to take the little same game parlay route at better odds.
All right, there we go. Liking some bonus props here, Billy, with the Pacers here.
Yeah, man. Julius Randle, it says that he cleared COVID safety protocols, but he's uncertain for Tuesday. That don't sound good, man. You know,
conditioning. They do that. They've been doing that to a lot of guys.
If he's
but I still like the Knicks, bro.
He's out. I don't care. Domantas Sabonis is going to get me a bag. Wham! You know my love for Domantas Sabonis. That's one of my guys.
Bro. That's your guy, bro. I fuck with Sabantes too.
I like him. He's soft though, but I like him. He all right. Sometimes you had him moments like, bro, this fool scared of you.
Man, he's exceeding expectations. He was supposed to be.
He's nice, but I'm just saying sometimes he's soft as fuck out there. But he's nice though.
Hey, I want to see you go out there, man. Take off the sunglasses.
Oh, there's a challenge there.
Hey, all right. Now, hey, Billy, this motherfucker. Hey, now I'm not gonna let it slide. Hey, he said, who in the chat said, he said, LA Cushion's ready.
He said, take off them sunglasses.
Did you really say that, Billy?
Nah, man. I said the LA Lakers. I said the LA Lakers. If the LA Lakers were weed, they'd be Reggie right now.
California got the best weed in the world, bro.
I said the LA Lakers. If they were weed, they'd be Reggie.
All right.
If we
Will said that's a challenge.
Hold up. Yeah.
I would Reggie. I said the LA Lakers. If they were a basketball team of weed flavors, they'd be Reggie.
Okay.
Lakers.
We got you. And you're cheerleading for Sabonis. We got you, Billy. We got you, bro.
No, he's great offensively. You can't deny that.
He's nice. Yeah, I said he's nice. He just kind of soft, you know?
Yeah. That's not totally inaccurate. I've seen enough of Sabonis to see that sometimes, you take the ball at him in the paint, you can beat him. Simple as that. We've seen that before from him. All right, Phoenix now and New Orleans, our next game. We've got the Suns, 7-point road favorites here, 2-24. This total's been hammered up. I do agree with that. It's getting up there now, but I think you'll probably see some points here with this matchup. The Pelicans have gone over the total in 4 of their last 5 games. The defense has come and gone. Their offense is actually playing quite well right now, the Pelicans. The one thing that concerns me for Phoenix here, and it's why I don't want to lay it with Phoenix here in this spot, is they're a little bit depleted in the front court right now. There's no DeAndre Ayton tonight. There's no JaVale McGee tonight for them.
Smith's been out there, though. Yeah, out that G League Showcase tournament. He's been out there, dog. He's been snapping, dude. We've been betting his double-doubles at real high plus money.
Yeah. So there's a shorthanded Phoenix front court tonight, and that speaks right away for me to Jonas Valanciunas. Big Val for the New Orleans Pelicans tonight. This might be an over points and rebounds kind of night for JV here tonight for New Orleans, considering what Phoenix is without, with Crowder and Ayton and McGee missing. That's who's going to defend Jonas Valanciunas now down low near the rim. It could be some trouble here. So some Valanciunas props make some sense. I actually lean Pelicans here, but I don't want to take them. I mean, I like Phoenix a lot, but even though they're depleted in the front court, Booker and Paul, they're good enough to overcome that, and they've still got other pieces that can step up on any given night. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, go on down the list. So I just think there's going to be a lot of points, rather than worry about Phoenix covering as 7-point road favorites, rather than worrying about the Pelicans, being able to hang for 48 minutes against one of the best teams in the NBA. Just go with some points, and that's what I'm going to go over 224. And I do like those props on JV tonight for the New Orleans Pelicans, because I think he'll be able to do what he wants to do with the depleted cluster injuries that the Suns are dealing with in the front court tonight. What do you think, Dutch? Suns, Pelicans.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Eric Jones, Dana McGregor. I need money. Yeah, man. Lucky Power, my guy. I see you, dude. This one's tough to me. I do think that, we might be getting a little value here with the Suns, but you touched on it, and they're pretty light in that front court. We touched on it when DA went out that, they didn't have nothing after McGee, and now they got that boy, from Maryland coming in there, giving them some solid minutes, I believe. But still, I still believe they're a class above the Pelicans. And they are 4-1 ATS last 5 meetings. The Pelicans are 3-2 ATS in back-to-back situations this year, but they're 1-4 straight up, losing the last 2 by 17 points or more. So I don't know if we should be really scared of the number here, but I think we could find a better value here, and that's Chris Paul over 9.5 assists at plus money. He's went over this. The last two meetings this year, he went against them 18 assists and 19 assists. And he just blew out Charlotte real quick, like with that 30-piece, pretty much the whole game. In 26 minutes, he had 16 assists. I look for that to continue tonight. Double digits assists should be no problem for CP3. The only thing that leers me a little bit is the blowout, but I think the Pelicans are staying in this game with Big Val down low. If you want some money on the Pelicans, go to Big Val points and rebounds. I believe he will eat. But I like the CP3 prop a lot at plus money. I think double digit assist is good money.
There you go. Liking that prop. And yeah, the Jalen Smith has played all right, in that center
Right.
spot for the
Yeah.
Suns. I mean, double 2 of the last 3 games, and
He go hard.
double plus
Telling you, man,
120,
he's
as you
been
said,
out here,
Billy. Yep. I mean, but they've adjusted the price a little bit now. We're only plus 125 in a lot of spots with Jalen Smith double for the Suns tonight, but still could get there. Like we say, he's had 2 of double in 2 of the last 3 games for the Phoenix Suns. Wham, what do you like here? Phoenix, New Orleans.
Yeah, I like New Orleans as well. I like the team total over 107.5. You're still available at books here. I just think that they're going to continue to go over the team total, which they have been going over the team total over the last 5 games. And the Suns team, they're allowing 109 points per game over that span, and they've been giving up 111 on the road here. Getting this New Orleans team getting a little healthier. Like you said, they may have a big, huge advantage down low tonight with Big Val. I do agree with the Big Val look here. I do like Jalen Smith as well, like you're saying. Like, he's been playing well. He kind of caught people off guard. But, I mean, like you mentioned, it's been catching up. So when they tend to catch up, either they're bend or going to break. And this matchup doesn't really make me want to back them in this matchup here. I think Big Val definitely has the advantage here. And I like New Orleans to be able to score. You get a better production out of Brandon Ingram. I think he's going to play a little bit better in this game, especially with him not being on the injury report. I think it kind of shows them that he's going to be a little bit more of a focal point. I think he's going to be solid today. I think he's going to be solid.
You're muted.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Billy, go ahead. Phoenix, New Orleans.
Oh yeah, this one. I don't like to use the L word, but I think the L word might come out, man.
You already said enough.
Nah, don't do it, bro. Yeah, you've been cutting up already, bro.
Yeah, man, come on, man. Fucking respect.
Over 1/2 3/4 for Joe Val minus 200, man. I'm gonna have to take it, bro. I'm gonna have to take it. That's just free money out there on the board. And then I'm gonna take the over 29.5 points and rebounds minus 125 for Joe Val. And I'm gonna tell Wham on that team total for the LA. I said the LA Pelicans. Wham's got all that LA shit. You gotta be saying LA.
I got everybody tripped out.
Giving you mind tricks, that Laker jersey, yeah.
And then, like you guys were talking about Jalen Smith, man. When the buck catches up, you know how you catch them slipping? You same game parlay it. We're going to take over 12.5 points for Jalen Smith, and then we're going to take over 8.5 rebounds, and that's plus 130, which is better odds than the actual double odds. And that's the less things that he has to do. The only thing that I'm really worried about this one, Wayne was touching about it a little bit earlier, he might find himself a little bit of foul trouble by the old vet. But I will say, even though Joe Val is way better than Jalen Smith will ever be, Jalen Smith is a lot faster than him, so he might be able to get a couple things off with the speed out there, a couple putbacks things and stuff like that, because he kind of reminds me of like a poor man's Robert Williams, like just a little guy that's going to give you some rebounds, some layups, some motor shots, but if he starts shooting the shit, take him off the floor.
Yeah, it's definitely a good point you made there with that, for sure. So we're all liking JV tonight. That's the common thread with this game. We're all like JV to have a pretty good game tonight for the Pelicans with what the Suns are dealing with the absences to Ayton, to McGee, and of course to it's Ayton, McGee, and Crowder as well, of course, who would be part of that defensive wall, if you will, in the paint against a guy like JV. So definitely should have a good night, liking a lot of props involving Valanciunas tonight in this one. All right, the final game. We will have our buddy Wham in attendance for it. He's ready.
Shit! That's why you
Staples Center, Crypto Arena now.
You're muted.
Yeah, I'm about to be up in there.
We on
NBA TV, man. Come on.
Oh, it's on NBA TV. I didn't even know that, bro.
Is it? I'm at.
You know why I'm here.
I didn't even know this.
Everybody know why I'm there. Everybody
TV.
know why I'm coming though. It's not even for the Lakers. Everybody know why I'm there.
Yeah,
trying to see Halliburton.
To see Ty Halliburton, who's fun to watch. Actually, there aren't a lot of players on the Sacramento team that are fun to watch. They actually are a fun team to watch because they score a lot. They've got some good young talent. They don't play much defense, so there's a lot of points. So they are one of those teams that are actually kind of fun to watch. But Sacramento Lakers tonight. Lakers 6.5-point home favorites, 230.5 the total. Now, admittedly, the Lakers are playing a little bit better lately. We will give them that. They've won 3 of their last 4. And they almost beat Memphis in a brutal spot for them. Remember, it was back-to-back on the road, and they led most of the game in Memphis and the Grizzlies are playing well right now. And they just got, I think, hit the wall in the fourth quarter, and the Grizzlies ended up catching them and winning 104-99. But, other than that, they've won 3 of the last 4. Granted, Houston was one of the opponents. They're terrible. Portland's been brutal lately. Minnesota was a solid win, though. Minnesota's a solid team, and they beat them 108-103 Sunday. So they're playing better. But do I want to lay 6.5 with the Lakers? No, not in this price range. Do I trust them here? And let's give Sacramento at least some credit. Last few games, 3 of the last 4 they've won. They beat OKC, beat Dallas, lost the revenge game to Dallas a couple days later. And then they bounced back and they beat Miami a couple of nights ago, 115-113. Say what you will about how depleted and shorthanded the Heat are right now, but still a solid win for the Sacramento Kings in that game against Miami, which was very impressive to see for the Sacramento Kings in that game. Buddy Hield, 26 points. De'Aaron Fox, 24 points in that victory against Miami. Of course, Ty Halliburton. They got pretty much everybody healthy now, aside from Holmes. Rashawn Holmes is really the only major contributor still out for the Sacramento Kings in protocol, and he won't play tonight. So you got to give Sacramento credit. They could hang around in this game, believe it or not. I would take the points with Sacramento before I lay them with the Lakers, but I'm going to stay off the side. If I were to bet anything here, it would be over with just these two teams, with these two paces that you're going to see on both sides, 2 defenses that you don't exactly trust to get stops consistently. So I wouldn't bet the side, just lean Sacramento, but I might get in there with the over at 230.5. Dutch, anything here? Kings, Lakers.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Abby Jackson, Polly Walnuts. I see you. Of course, our guy Razor Sharp Picks. Appreciate you joining us. Check out his Gambler's First Glance. Yeah. Be sure to check that out on
and his horse racing streams during the week. Lots of stuff with Razor Sharp. Yep.
Yeah, ponies. He's always hitting them ponies over the head. Be sure to check out our guy. Very, very sharp. It says it in the name. Cash it, like our guy Billy got on right there. Yeah, man. That was Dan Kelly killing the chat too. I see you, my dude. Yeah, I love this game actually, though. I really do. I mean, you touched on a lot. You said, you kind of went over what the Kings have got back going. Now Holmes has been out, but they had this cat Damian Jones in there fucking around and getting double, looking pretty good too. Young, hungry, playing some good minutes. They, obviously a short stint, but I like what I've seen out of the back-to-back games, and obviously the game before that, he gave him a little bit of solid minutes. Rebounding is what they need, and a little bit of toughness, and he's bringing that with Holmes off the court. But they got Bagley back. They got Barnes back in the lineup. Halliburton, obviously, we know, been doing his thing, and Fox is coming back around. And then you look at that bench. I believe they have a better bench than the Lakers right now. I believe their roster is better than the Lakers roster as we see it without AD and the issues over there in LA right now. Just plain and simple. So I believe the 6.5 to Hooker is a fucking gift. I like the plus 225 as well live. The Kings are 4-0 ATS last 4 in LA, so they like La La Land. They're 4-2 straight up last 6 meetings versus the Lakers. So not only do they cover, they've been beating these motherfuckers, and they're getting the Lakers. Yes, they just off a win too. So yeah, they didn't cover, but they beat the Wolves. They're still feeling themselves. I don't feel like this is like a hungry spot for the Lakers, to say the least. Now they are 1-4 ATS last 5 at the house and 3-6 straight up last 9. This is a Kings team that I think we're going to get the best out of because it is in LA. You're going to see Russ. You're going to see LBJ. So you're going to get the best Sacramento Kings that we got, I think. And I think they can win this game. The 6.5 is a beautiful thing. And now someone in the chat, I believe it was Dana, said, talking about the Lakers would be if they were a strain, they would be a platinum strain. Which you're right. If anything platinum is garbage, I would say it. And if you're fading them, then you're actually doing pretty well. But also from a prop perspective, I'm going to tell you right now, the Lakers are exotic as a motherfucker because we can eat off of these props. Not only do they not play any defense, they load up the stat sheet. And we know where we're going. We're going right back to LBJ, over 30.5 points. Finally didn't hit that last game as they kind of just cruised and walked through the Minnesota B squad, right?
Yep.
Prior 7 games to that, 30-plus points, averaging 35.5 points per game. Get right back to that. 30 points is going to be easy money for my man LBJ. And you already know, Mr. Motherfucking Triple-Double himself says a lot of stupid shit, does a lot of stupid shit, but he will load up that stat sheet. Mr. Russell Westbrook already had a triple-double against these cats this year, 29, 11, and 10. He had 4 straight because we ate off every single one of those. Had a pretty subpar game last. Didn't hit that triple-double. Get right back to that triple-double this tonight. And we'll see a competitive game, I believe. But yeah, we'll get paid off the Lakers here, props, and Sacramento side. Believe it.
I'm tempted by Damian Jones double. It's plus 500.
Don't
just
had
do
it
it.
in the last
Don't
game.
I got
go
enough action.
down the Kings front court rabbit hole. You will get burnt. I've got burnt too many times with the bat.
Well, he had one against Miami, and they're going up against two old decrepit old men, Dwight Howard and DeAndre, tonight for the Lakers
You
down
mean
there.
Stanley Johnson?
LeBron at 5.
Yeah,
Stanley
LeBron
Johnson's
at
not
5,
playing.
Stanley at the 4.
Yeah, that reminds me, and that kind of touched on it, is the Lakers been out rebounded last 3 games by 12-33, and they allowed the Wolves to have seven different players with 7+ rebounds. So it's just it's fucking they're gonna get out rebounded tonight. That's what I believe is the big key in this game.
Yeah. I'd probably put a few bucks on that. Plus 500 for a guy that just got a double, and Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan are going to be, the ones you got to worry about. So,
Telling you, Stanley Johnson's out there at the 4. LeBron's playing the 5, bro. No bullshit, bro. They got them Bulls on the bench playing like 8 to 10 minutes. They're really running Stanley out there at the 4. He subs in. He comes
probably
out.
a better option.
Goes in. It's weird, bro, to see LeBron at the 5, but they said fuck a center.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, especially when the options are what you've got. That's probably another reason why you're kind of thinking that as well. If you're the Lakers, and it's also why they're playing fast too. It obviously quickens the pace of the game up quite a bit when that happens. When you just say, "Hey, the 5 spot's not a big deal," you're obviously going to play a little bit faster. That's certainly been happening with the Lakers much of the year. So that's a fascinating game for 2 teams that are just beyond mediocre to below average. It's a fascinating game still to talk about, believe it or not, with these two for sure. Look at the viewers, by the way, 330 live viewers. That's terrific, guys. We appreciate it very much. Hit the like button, as Dutch would say, put you right where you need to be. Yeah, man. You can do that right now. Absolutely. Hit that like button. Appreciate it. Wham, what do you think here? Kings and Lakers. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited to get to go and go watch this game. We already know we woke up. We didn't even go to sleep last night before we bet the Halliburton over 9.5 assists. Got it at plus 123. I think you're getting, some minus money right there. I definitely still will say that's a good spot to be at. He should have a double today as well. Obviously, he didn't have it last game. 9, it seemed like he was playing around with us, the gamblers there. It should be probably popping again tonight. I do like his props. Yeah, I do like his props today. But the one thing I did bet for sure is just the 9.5 assists. It's just an auto bet for us at this point. But as far as the side, let's go down to the side. We talked about this yesterday. It was plus 8. It's not plus 8 anymore. So my stuff about to die, bro. My fault. I gotta put my shit.
What does this mean? Oh,
you got the little thing that comes up in the computer.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, your shit about to die. Your shit about to die. All right, it's cool. I didn't even know it was out. Yeah. So yeah, I think the Lakers are definitely probably live though, because the line move, it shows me that a lot of people like the Kings, but for the most part, you still could get some value here on the Lakers. They've been playing a lot better. They were terrible as far as net rating over the last 10 games, but the last 5 games, they're kind of in the middle of the pack. They've been playing a little bit better defense because LeBron has been at the 5. And you got, Damian Jones definitely probably going to be dunking everywhere. I can see that happening. You know what I'm saying? I can see Damian Jones getting lobs and all that good stuff. And Halliburton has 10.5. You know what I mean? And it looks really that good. But in my opinion, I think the Lakers are live here. Am I betting it? No, but I'm going to be there, though. I'm going to be there.
There you go. Good stuff. And you'll be there literally at the game tonight. Crypto.com Arena. I've got it used to saying that. It's not Staples Center anymore. Yeah, I do the Dutch impression out of respect and love for Dutch. It's not mocking him or laughing at it. It's great. It's a great thing he's got with that. Beautiful thing. Right. It's a beautiful thing, as he'd say. Yeah.
It's all love,
the Yeah Man is phenomenal. You're right. Got to get it copyrighted. That should be his and his alone with that. No one should be able to pilfer that from our guy Dutch. Billy, what do you like here? Sacramento, LA.
Oh, you know what it is. Right off the top, Taco Tuesday. We're going straight down to the prop market. LeBron's going to cash us some money tonight. Over 47.5 points, rebounds, and assists at minus 120. We're going to go straight to the well with LeBron. We don't even need to get into the reason why we're going to LeBron. We were talking about this in the Discord the other day, me and Big Show. And I said, bro, I've literally bet LeBron's points prop over from Christmas to literally the last game that he didn't cover, and I said I've been up mad money off of that. Like, it's been an auto bet. Just do what you need to do. If you want to go points, rebounds, assists, if you want to go points, just take the LeBron prop. But the other guy they're going to be looking at in this one is going to be Malik Monk over 16.5 points plus 100. He's gone over his point prop in 5 straight games. So we're going to make it number 6 right here. He's been a guy that they've been looking forward to, giving him a little bit more minutes, hitting some shots. And I'm going to tail Wham on that Tyrese Halliburton, but I'm going to take a little same game parlay. And on the Sacramento side, I also like Harrison Barnes over 1.5 3-pointers at minus 130. I think tonight is a night that we want to pull the trigger on that one. That's a prop that we always made money on when Harrison Barnes was snapping in the beginning of the year. So I think it's about time to go back to the well, because I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, and you want to hit the prop market in this one, because I'm damn sure not betting the Lakers at minus 6.5. You got me chopped.
If you want to bet the Lakers so badly, bet some player props. That's the way you should do it in a game like this. I think there's a lot better opportunities with some Laker player props tonight than say 6.5 with them.
Do you see Toad's comment? He said he got that from Usher. It's mad funny.
Is that true?
Nah, he was talking about, I think, the shirt. My bad. My brain was going somewhere else.
All right, good. That's all right. It's that kind of show. It's a relaxed vibe we got going here. If your brain wanders,
5 games sleep,
that's natural for the NBA Pub Hub. That's a common occurrence here on this show. Great stuff, Dutch, Billy, Wham, who will be at the Laker Kings game tonight. Great breakdown of the Tuesday card. 318 live viewers. We appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button for us. We appreciate it for sure. Don't forget, we got Maxwell Smart, Connor Mack, Net Profit College Basketball coming up top of the hour, 5 p.m. Eastern. Jimmy and Bebsy, NFL Beat the Line, I guess for the final time in the regular season, with Week 18 coming up this weekend. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight as well. So make sure you tune in for that right here on Pub Sports Radio. We got Best Bets. We got Dutch's Freshest Look. All of it coming on up right after this.
Come on, bitch.
All right, Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke, Manscaped, promo code PubSports. Manscaped, make sure you check them out. Promo code PubSports, 20% off your purchase. Lawnmower 4.0, any Manscaped product, 20% off with promo code PubSports. MyBookie.ag, promo code PubSports. NFL, we got National Championship College Football next week. NBA, NHL, you name it, UFC. College basketball, all going on right now. MyBookie.ag. Sign up for an account. Bitcoin, accepted currency for your deposit. MyBookie.ag, promo code PubSports. PubRub, there it is. Get it at the website. PubRub, $14.99. 2 for $25. Check it out. Get it. Get yourself some right there at pubsportsradio.com. All right, it is time for Best Bets. Dutch's Freshest Look to wrap it up for a Tuesday. Dutch, we'll start with you. What do you got for Freshest Look?
Yeah, man. Freshest Look. We're going to La La Land. And it's only right, since motherfucking Wham Bam going to be in the building. Kings up. Take the motherfucking 6.5. Good money.
There you go. Sacktown. Just too many points to be laying for the Lakers. Sacramento plus 6.5. Freshest Look for Dutch for this Tuesday night. Wham, what do you got for Best Bet?
Yeah, man. I can't say I endorse that look, but I hope my guy cash. I ain't gonna lie. But as far as this game, we're gonna go right back to this game. I'm gonna be here. It's gonna be in coerce with my guys Kings pick. It'll be the Tyrese Halliburton. Obviously, we know how many times this has hit 8 out of the last 9 games. almost a double-double last game, possibly a double-double spot as well for him. But we're going over the 9.5 assists at plus money. You still be able to get a little bit plus money out there if you shop around, but it might be at minus. I just think he gets 10 assists, and that's it, man. Let's get it.
There you go. It's got to be. You had to have a Wham best bet here when he's going to a game with the Lakers and his guy Ty Halliburton. You got to have a prop on Ty Halliburton as the best bet. Just had to be. It makes perfect sense. So Ty Halliburton over assists there for Wham with best bet. Billy, what do you got for best bet?
Yeah, man, you already know we're going to keep it in the LA-Sacramento game my damn self, too. We're going to hit you with the 3-pack. LeBron James over 47.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Malik Monk over 16.5 points, plus 100. That's my favorite play of the day. He's hit that in 5 straight games. And then the third one that I'm going to give you is Harrison Barnes over 1.5 threes at minus 130. That's the Taco Tuesday 3-pack. Let's go, LeBron.
All right, there we go. A couple of props there.
That means that LeBron James triple-double. You get it? It's a series of threes.
There you go. But there's a lot of people liking triple-doubles. You know, LeBron might get one. Certainly Russell Westbrook. Dutch mentioned that. To look at him as a triple-double candidate in that game. It's got that kind of game, especially with where the total is, that you got a lot of guys that
especially already seen this game going into overtime, that one game, and then they played a couple days later, and then the Lakers team total was still pretty high. I think that, you know, the third time around, there's still going to be a lot of points scored because the Lakers ain't looking like, you know, Wham, you might want to go down there, apply for a head coaching job.
Yeah, and you'd still do a better
job.
No,
you said fuck that. Put me on the court. Take Austin Reeves out.
Put me in. Nah. I need to be able to dish it to him. I gotta be able to dish it to him when I get in trouble.
They could ask any of us to be coaches for these teams, and we'd do a better job than Vogel or Gentry probably for these two teams. It's not like you're replacing a Phil Jackson or a Pat Riley or or Greg Popovich or anything. Not close with those two guys. On the sideline for these two teams. All right, my best bet. It's been a while since I've done a player prop for a best bet. It's time for a player prop best bet, and I like it just based on how depleted they are in the front court tonight, and that's Jonas Valanciunas, New Orleans Pelicans, over 29.5 for points and rebounds for JV. That's where we're going to go for a best bet. Jonas Valanciunas over 29.5 points and rebounds. I was going to go with Cleveland, but for best bet, but Memphis is playing well, so decided let's go player prop instead. JV for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Wrong with the Babano. The player prop's been money right now, and you know that trade deadline's coming around next month. These players trying to get traded and sent away, so you know there's a lot of incentives coming up.
Yeah, that and you know Cleveland to me, I don't. Is probably the only thing I kind of like side or total tonight in the NBA, and it's not best bet material to me. This is your Jonas Valanciunas, you're over 29.5 points and rebounds. So that'll be the best bet, a rare player prop best bet for me tonight on this Tuesday card. And that's a wrap for the Tuesday NBA Pub Up. Thanks to everyone for joining us. Hit the like button on the way out. Maxwell Smart, Connor Mack, Net Profit, college basketball coming up right after us here on Pub Sports Radio. For Wham, for Dutch, for Billy, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Tuesday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow on Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, with another edition of the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Mendez, get off my goddamn dick. Yo, you know where it's at. Pub Sports Radio. You know what I'm saying? Be sure to like, subscribe, share the video if you can. We went in, and we're going to come out with the motherfucking bag. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's start putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.